Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to like and subscribe. Today I'm going to be going over my writing goals for the rest of the year and my progress from the first half of this year, even though it's like over halfway through the year, but I just came up with this video idea now, so it's fine. So last year around this time, I actually finished a book. I don't think I wrote it down, but I believe I finished editing Project Ruby on March 13th, and I'm not actually finished editing, but it was just the major edits, so I wanted to like write that down, I guess. I still have a few more read-throughs of that, and then it'll be finished and ready for people to read. But that one I've kind of put aside for a little bit because I've been trying to focus on doing what I really want to do, and I'm trying to not let what other people expect of me to get to me, which is really difficult because I want to please all the people who are like, oh, I really want to read your book. Like, I do want to finish my books like completely with editing done, but I also need to work on what my brain is telling me to work on, because if I'm not interested in what I'm working in at that moment, then it's not going to turn out the best that it can be. And that's not to say that I'm not working on Project Ruby and I'm never going to be working on it again. I actually love that book and I plan to make that my first book that I publish, but I also don't have that in the front of my mind right now, so it's not like a priority to finish. I'm not trying to rush through any of this because I'm still a teenager and I'm not trying to finish everything right now because I still have a lot of life left to live. So if I publish every book that I have finished right now, then what the heck am I going to write when I'm older? I started this book called Flame Visions on December 24th. I actually did finish that book on June 25th, so almost exactly 6 months later. So my goals for that book was 20 to 25 chapters. I believe there's like 25, 27, but I did do that goal. 7+ pages in each chapter. I know I did that goal. For the second book though, I've been writing the chapters a lot shorter, which is interesting, so I think I'll have to tweak that a little bit. 30,000 to 50,000 words. So I anticipated this book to be way shorter than Project Ruby, which after editing Project Ruby, it's like almost, I think it's 50,000 words right now. But this book is 48,000 words after the first draft. So that's a lot for me. And I'm excited about that. So that means when I go back and edit it, it'll probably be around 60,000 words. At this point, I didn't know if it was going to be a duology or a standalone. To this day, I do know I've decided it's going to be a trilogy. I'm going to have 2 prequel novellas. I wasn't as consistent in writing as I could have been, but I've been working on that, and you're going to hear that in a little bit. Finished by May. I finished in June, so a little bit late, but that's okay. Finished all edits by July. So that's funny. It's actually July 29th or 28th, one of those today. I have not even touched the manuscript since I finished it, because I think if I go back and try to start editing it, I'm going to get out of it and I'm not going to want to work on the second or third book, and I'm not going to finish the series. So I haven't even reread it since I finished it. So I'm not even going to set editing goals because that's not going to be my main focus. My main focus is getting out as much draft ones as I can, so then later I can go back and edit. That progress is decently good. I think it's cool how I can look at the goals that I set and how I can compare them to what I actually did. Now, for the second book of the series, I still set goals, of course. And I started the second book on July 1st. It's called Flashbacks, if you don't know. I have a video about it if you want to go check it out. It's super interesting. I started writing it July 1st, and yeah, it's the 28th right now, and I have 21,313 words in the book. So that's really exciting. So my overall goal for word count for the first draft is 45,000 to 50,000 in the first draft. I think that's pretty much doable. I'm about halfway almost, and I have 21,313 words. And then my goal for when it's over is also around 60,000 words, which is crazy because I thought Project Ruby would be way longer than this, but no. 21 to 30 chapters, I'm gonna exceed that because a bunch of the chapters are shorter in this book, which I don't know if I should change that in Flame Visions, if I should make the chapters also shorter there, but I don't know, it just makes more sense for this book. Start by July and finish in end October. So this goal has kind of changed. I've been able to write like 21,000 words and July is not even over yet. So my goal by the end of July is to get to 23,000 words, which I think I should be able to do today, honestly. And that'll be about halfway. And if I can keep writing as consistently as I have in July, in August, then I can finish the book in August. Like at the end of August, this could be finished, which is insane. I know that Flashbacks is going to be shorter than Flame Visions. I'm thinking just by how I see the halfway point already. I know when I go back and edit it, I can always add more, but the first draft is probably going to be shorter, which is okay. Write consistently in all caps, please. And actually, I'm surprised, but I have been able to do this. Like I just said, I've written 12 times in July. I think I've written about 2,000 words on average each time I write. Don't worry about perfection, just getting it out of your head. This is something I've been trying to focus on so much. I've been trying to think, not going back and editing it while I'm writing, not going back and rereading it while I'm trying to write it, just ignoring everything I've written, except for like the plot, obviously, and just keep moving forward. Because if I do not move forward, I'll just keep moving back. And that's not what we want. I haven't read Flame Vision since I finished it, and I haven't read Flashbacks since I started it. So there is probably mistakes, there's probably plot holes, but I know in my mind that I need to keep moving forward in it in order to finish it. So that's what we're doing. No editing, no, oh, I need to reread this chapter. That's not happening. You just have to write it and figure it out as you go. And I'm trying so hard to not worry about, oh, if this sentence is perfectly structured, if this makes all the way perfect sense, if I forget to write a character in one scene, or if the dialogue isn't all the way clear. It doesn't matter. As long as I'm getting it out of my head, that's all that matters, because I can't have it sitting up here anymore. It's hard enough to just like write it on the paper as an overview, because I'm like, oh, but it's not going to be perfect, but it doesn't matter. I just need to get it out so then it's not stressing me out that, oh, I still need to write while I'm going back and editing. That's not going to happen. I'm not dealing with that. So yeah, and that's all my goals for in here. I also want to talk about some future goals. So if I end up finishing Flashbacks by the end of August, that means I can start the third book in like the beginning of September, because I do want to, when I finish Flashbacks, I do want to pause for like a few days and then start the third book, which I'm not going to say the name of. I think like the beginning of September. And I know I'm going to be on vacation 1 week in September, so that might throw it off a little bit. But I think I can aim to finish, I can leave the rest of the year open to finish the third book, because I know it'll be a little bit more busy because of the holiday season, and also I still have school and all that. But if I end up doing the same thing and writing like 23,000 words in September and then 23,000 in October, then I could finish it by then. But I think I'm going to leave it open-ended and just try to finish it by the end of this year. So then I'll have finished the entire trilogy by this year. And that'll be a big accomplishment. So like I said, I think I'll probably end up finishing the trilogy by the like November maybe, or December. And in December, if I have free time, I will go back and read the trilogy just to make sure stuff makes sense. I might change a few things, but not a full major editing spree. because I don't want to do that right now. And then in January and February and like the beginning months of 2026, I'd like to start focusing on the novellas, because I think at that point I'll be in the groove of doing it, and the novellas will be a lot shorter. Probably they'll be around 20,000 words. I think that's how long the novellas are, but it should not take long to write novellas. I think one of them I don't know the plot fully, but one of them I do. So I'll probably start with the one I know the plot, and then I'll do the second one. I think I'm gonna leave like 2 months to write. I want to finish them, I think maybe by April. That could be a good goal, because then it gives me 2 months to work on each of them, or I finish one in 1 month and 3 months for the other one. I don't know. But I think 4 months is a realistic timeline to be able to write and finish them. Not fully edited, but to have them finished. And then I have 5 books that I've finished from that world, and that would be so amazing. And then recently I've gotten a lot of ideas for books, which I don't know if that's good or bad. I have at least 3 different ideas that I do want to write, and I think once I finish this trilogy, I wouldn't mind starting another book with one of my ideas that I have. I do have one that I'm really set on starting. I think it's a really cool idea. I haven't plotted it or anything. Yeah, I do have a lot of other ideas for books. Maybe I'll do them, maybe I won't. Kind of depends. But I won't set any crazy goals for finishing those as quick as I want to finish the trilogy that I'm working on, because I feel like the writing is coming so naturally to me in flashbacks that I'm like, I just want to finish it already, which is insane. Especially like if I finish it in August, I'll feel so accomplished, and it would be crazy if I did, because again, that would be super fast for finishing a book, especially at that length. But that's what the goal is. So hopefully I'll stick to that. And I haven't even done any writing vlogs with flashbacks because I've just been in such a mood to write it without filming, and I guess that's fine, honestly. But anyway, that's all my goals and kind of an update on where I'm at with certain things. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!